My head's cut off. Every time.
Hey, not me.
Oh, sorry. I have been a huge fan of Rachel Ray since like 2000, maybe 2001. She was one of my favorite TV shows that I used to watch. Every show that Rachel Ray was on the Food Network, I would watch it. So in today's video, I thought we could do 5 of her most popular 30-minute meals. The first one I am very scared of because it has these. And I don't like these. I wanted to make it because it is the #1 30-minute meal, like the most popular 30-minute meal. Brown butter and cream Orecchiette, said it bad, with cremini mushrooms and kale. And then it says, mushroom lovers, this one's for you. What about the mushroom haters? Is this one for me too? I tried to think about what I could do to leave this out, but it is a mushroom dish. So we're just gonna go with it and keep my fingers crossed, and hopefully all the flavors like just come together and it's gonna be okay. So right now I have some hazelnuts roasting in the oven, and I have a big pot of water coming to a boil. So if you like Rachel Ray 30-minute meals and are scared of mushrooms, hook me up with a thumbs up. Let's see if this first recipe is any good at all. Step 1, brown the butter, and clearly we have ways to go. And then we'll add the mushrooms. Don't worry, I'm a fun guy. Get it? You get it? Fun guy. Okay. The mushrooms are in, and it is possible I just ruined the dish. Very possible that the dish is ruined. Right here. A whole lot of garlic. Hopefully it masks the flavor of the mushroom. Got some time. They said 2 tablespoons. That feels like a lot. What if I just throw in like that and I pull the stalks out later?
Oh yeah, I think that'll work.
Okay. I don't want to go too much because the last one was too tiny. Okay, and then the juice of half a lemon, but this lemon is like itty bitty, so I'm thinking the whole thing. Oh. And then I think this just cooks for another few minutes. So Dave, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
What's your opinion on what you see in this pan?
Is it mushrooms?
Yeah, it is. Well, these have been cooking in butter for 20 minutes.
Well, that doesn't hurt.
So it feels like it'll be okay.
Yeah.
The sauce has a lot of steps. I'm doing a half a cup of cream. Oh my thick. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's thick.
They said I could add more if I needed to. I'm feeling like maybe yes. Freshly grated nutmeg. It's like a 1/4 cup. Look how thick that is. It looks like sour cream. The mushrooms look less scary at this point. I add the pasta to here, a cup of the grated cheese, and some pasta water to thin it out. And that's, oh, and these hazelnuts. Feels like a weird addition to me, but hey, listen, I'm doing what Rachel says.
All right.
I like a hazelnut. Add some chocolate and you're eating Nutella. Pasta going in, 1 cup of the pasta water. That's a half. Ow, I just sprayed it on my toe. 1 cup of cheese. And this is freshly grated, like fancy schmancy cheese. I got the block. What is this? Pecorino Romano.
It's starting to look real nice.
Does it look okay?
Oh yeah.
There's a mushroom on this. Why are mushrooms chewy? I think it's the texture of them that I have an issue with. I'm feeling like a little more cheese is the right thing. Do not be afraid of the pepper, Carlo. We're gonna give it to the kids, see what they think. Before we serve it, I think the flavors are spot on. I think I have a texture issue with the mushroom because it's like, tastes a little slimy. Like the texture is weird. Oh, shoot, I didn't do the hazelnuts.
Make it a little nutty.
Rachel, this was about 45 minutes. This is supposed to be a 30-minute meal. And I feel like I had to read the recipe like 10 times because I was like, what goes next? What goes next? Thoughts on the dinner?
I'd say 7 out of 10.
Around 4 to 5 out of 10.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised it's that high, Ryan. Older kids, maybe. Younger kids, that would not be one I would do.
It really wasn't my favorite. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't great.
If I were to make it again, I would ex-nay the mushrooms and nuts 100%. But like the sauce flavor was awesome. So basically I just changed the whole dish and then I made it better. I am in a hurry tonight, and so we are gonna make this not a Philly steak and egg. It looks pretty quick. It's just like a quick sear of some bell peppers, onion, thinly sliced steak, throw some cheese on top, and done. It looks like the onions are gonna take the longest amount of time, and I know it looks really dark right here, but that's because here in Idaho it gets dark at about 4:30. Here is the recipe. Did buy these brioche buns because my store didn't have Kaiser rolls. Some provolone. That's not how you say that, but. And an ingredient that I never really use. I'm not even gonna try and say that. Let me chop up these bells and onions and get to searing in this pan. When you build the sandwich, we have the bun, the provolone, the tomato, the peppers and onions and basil. Then we're gonna do the steak, the egg, and top it with that. It looks really good. Wait a minute, stop the video. I know you have been looking at my knife and my cookware in this video. Don't try to deny it. Misen is sponsoring today's video, and I am always happy to partner with them because this is literally my favorite knife I've ever owned. This is Misen's chef knife. The Misen chef knife is the right tool for every cutting and chopping job. Just look how nicely it fits in my hand. I can chop, chop, chop like this all day and not hit my knuckles on the cutting board. I love it. Buying a knife from Misen means you get great quality at a great price. They are made from premium materials like high-grade stainless steel, which helps them stay sharper, longer, and lasts a lifetime. And Misen is 2 to 3 times less expensive than other premium knife brands. The chef knife is designed to replace your entire set of knives so you can become a minimalist if that's one of your goals in 2022. And of course, they are going to give you a deal today. Go to the first link down in the doobly-doo and use the code FFM to save 20% off of your Misen order. You can get a chef knife, you can get a paring knife, you can get steak knives. That was my Christmas present to myself last year. You can get their pans. I have this amazing non-stick skillet. They come in a bunch of different sizes, so they will be able to fit your family size. They have stainless steel pans. They have carbon steel pans. They have Dutch ovens. If you need it in your kitchen, they will most likely have it, and they're gonna let you save 20% as well. So check out that link. Thank you to Misen, and let's go back to Rachel Ray's dinners. Tonight for dinner, we have 2 more Rachel Ray 30-minute meals. This one is just garlic shrimp, and I felt like that didn't have a lot in it. So I also selected this spaghetti 30-minute meal. I'm not even gonna try and pronounce that, but basically it's spaghetti with lemon and then these like cheesy breadcrumbs that get mixed into it. And it has an ingredient that I'm very scared of. It's this one. I don't know that I have ever had an anchovy. I don't know that I've ever tasted an anchovy. I have never cooked with an anchovy, but we're gonna have anchovies in the pasta with shrimp on the side. It sounds delicious in my head, except maybe the anchovies, I hear they're just salty and they kind of disintegrate, so here's hoping. Right now I have a large pasta pot coming to a boil and my oven is preheated to 350 degrees. The shrimp are not gonna take very long, so I'm gonna get started on roasting the breadcrumbs along with the Pecorino Romano cheese, which I think I bought the right one. Here's my cheese. I did buy the right one, so I will grate this, prep some of my ingredients, and start mixing everything together. Please don't grate my thumb. I am taking a shortcut with just some pre-made breadcrumbs here. So I have 2 cups of breadcrumbs. There's one. Hang on, I have another one. Hold, please. Okay, 2 cups of breadcrumbs, our 1 cup of grated cheese, 2 tablespoons of olive oil, and a generous amount of fresh pepper. And then we'll mix all of this together and roast in the oven for about 10-15 minutes. You don't want it to burn, so keep an eye on it. Okay, it smells really good. All right, Rachel, I see you. I see what you're doing. All right, into the oven. 3 tablespoons of chopped capers. This is a half a tablespoon. Woo! Now, I don't particularly care for capers plain, but in stuff, they are really nice, like salty, briny pop of flavor. And we'll zest and juice a lemon. Ooh, that's juicy. 8 cloves of garlic. Wow. It's a good thing my mom's not coming to dinner tonight. 8 cloves of garlic. That one is enormous. Look at the size of this one compared to that one. These are absolutely enormous cloves, so I'm just gonna go with 5. Shoot across the kitchen. Here are my toasty breadcrumbs. They look very delicious. Now that my water is boiling, I'm gonna add 1 pound of spaghetti. And as it turns out, I didn't have any spaghetti noodles in my house, but I do have this cut spaghetti, which isn't exactly the same, but it's close to the same. So we'll just use this. Oh, look, it's only April of 2021. That's not bad for me. So while my pasta is cooking, we'll mix up the sauce for the pasta and then bust out the shrimp. I have my Misen nonstick skillet and some more olive oil, about, I don't know, 2-3 tablespoons here. We're warming this up and then we're gonna add, okay, it's not Jaws, but it feels as scary. It says 10 to 12 fillets. I feel like I'm gonna dump this thing all over me and then I'm gonna smell like anchovy. Do I dare sniff it? It actually doesn't smell that bad. Okay, that's less scary. All right, how many fillets are in this thingy? 2, 3, 4. I don't know, I can't tell. They're packed in here like sardines. Okay, we're just gonna use all of it. That's what we're gonna do because it looks like the right amount. Are they hairy? What is that? Is that a scale? Can I eat that? Am I gonna choke on a scale? Ah. Okay, those are like mini fish bones. Is that okay? Can you eat mini anchovy fish bones? I mean, they wouldn't put them in here if I couldn't, right? Do you see those fish bones? Oh, they look hairy. Ugh. Can you eat the bones in anchovies? The bones are edible because they are small and they become tender when cooked. Not only safe to eat the bone, but delicious and healthy. Well, Google says it, so it must be true. Safe and healthy. These are weird. Who here cooks with anchovies? Give me a thumbs up and tell me in the comments. Okay, they did kind of melt and they're kind of popping everywhere. So I put on an apron. In comes my capers, my garlic. This is a very flavorful sauce, it feels like. Lemon zest goes in. 1 teaspoon of crushed red pepper flakes. It says to add vermouth, and I don't have that or know where to find it, so I will just add some pasta water for a little bit more liquid. It is fragrant, I'll give you that. Mix everything together, and I can't do it in this pan because it's a lot of pasta and it's not gonna fit. We're gonna call this the anchovy oil because that's what Rachel calls it. Woo-wee! 1/4 cup of lemon juice, 1/2 cup of pasta water. Toss together, and then we're gonna add our breadcrumbs, and that's the whole dish. Wow, that's so crazy. I'm trying to like spread out my capers stuff, and it doesn't want to very well. This dish came together in like 20 minutes. This was super fast. It is very pungent. Okay, here comes the breadcrumbs. I've made a dish like this before where it's like toasted breadcrumbs and butter and garlic with pasta, and it was really delicious. So I do have high hopes for this. Oh yeah. I might actually need a little bit more pasta water because it's looking a hair dry, but I will taste it first. Maybe it's supposed to be a little dry. Who's to say? Well, Rachel's to say, but she's not here. Camera taste test before I give it to my kids. Cheers. Does need pasta water. I'm gonna go with a whole nother 1/2 cup of pasta water, stir that in. Oh, that is good. Oh my gosh, this is so good. It's spicy and salty and tangy, but like you have like a pop of fresh from the lemon and the capers. Okay, this is legit. This is so good. We're gonna mix up those shrimp because they do not take very long, so let's do that now. We'll kind of serve it together. In the same pan, I'm gonna add a little bit more olive oil and a good amount of garlic, like 5 cloves or so. While my garlic is heating up, I have about 1 pound of large shrimp with the tails on, and I'm gonna add some salt to this, about 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda, about like that. It helps them get crispy, and 1 teaspoon of crushed red pepper flakes. As soon as my garlic is warm, the shrimp goes in, cooks for 3-4 minutes, and we are about done. I am supposed to add brandy to this when they're almost done, but I don't have any brandy, so we're just gonna leave it out. It does cook for like 2 minutes and flip them over. I feel like I need to do this because if I don't, someone's gonna say how it's not enough food for people. So within the bowl, it actually doesn't look like very much. I realize that. This is your standard Corral bowl. They're a little different in size, like you'd normally eat cereal in like this bowl. And that's this bowl. So it's why it doesn't look like very much when I put it in here. I like these huge bowls for salads and pastas and stuff. Large strainer, my serving bowl. They're actually not that much different. World Market, I think, is where you get these from, but they're really large serving bowls. Excellent for salads and pasta. So I recommend you pick some up. I love them. Let's serve the family and see what they think.
The pasta was fantastic.
I agree.
But like there's enough spice in there that really like kept me interested. The shrimp was also quite good.
The pasta was a little mind-blowing for me. There were a lot of steps, but it was not hard to make. It came together in 20 minutes.
It had a little lemony flavor.
Definitely.
But it wasn't super over the top, like citrusy.
Guess what was in it? Anchovies.
There was anchovies in there?
Uh-huh.
I did not taste the anchovies.
They're just salty. They kind of disintegrate when you cook them.
Really?
Yeah. I watched it myself with my own eyeballs.
Does that mean I should put them on pizza now?
Maybe.
I really like it. I like the spice.
Like 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. It's not my favorite, but
What's your favorite?
stroganoff. If you remember that video, tell us down in the comment section.
Love.
Okay, the shrimp is not my favorite though.
Why?
I like the spice, but usually whenever like there's something spicy, it's a good flavor with the spice. You know what I'm talking about?
I was a little heavy-handed on the salt.
It's not my favorite flavor when it comes to shrimp. I prefer other seasonings that you've done.
Gotcha.
However, the pasta, 10 out of 10.
Okay, sweet.
Delish.
Thanks. I'm a little concerned about this recipe also. I don't know why I'm concerned about so many of her recipes, but it's tomato fennel soup with Parmesan crusted grilled cheese sandwiches. Am I doing them wrong? Okay, build 4 sandwiches with the bread. Oh yeah, I did do that wrong. The Parmesan cheese is supposed to be mixed with the butter on the outside of the bread. I did not read that right. I'm not a huge fan of tomato soup, just in general. It's not a go-to of mine. I'm hoping like a homemade with a little bit of fennel, some crushed pepper flakes, a bay leaf will feel differently. Good luck, Rachel. I don't like tomato soup. In a soup pan, I have 2 tablespoons of butter, 2 tablespoons of oil, my fennel, onion, garlic, and my butter did get a little too hot, so it's a touch brown, but it's just, I'm gonna call it a brown butter saute, is what it is. So I'm just gonna saute these until they are translucent.
In the sun.
And then in here comes the crushed tomatoes, some chicken stock, a bay leaf, and I mean, that's about it. While this sautés a little bit, I'm gonna put together, oh, onion overboard. I'm gonna put together my grilled cheese sandwiches. I added the chicken stock and in goes a bay leaf, and now I'm going to simmer on high for 10 minutes. In comes my crushed tomatoes. It's about 50 ounces. She said she liked a specific brand. I just had these in the house. So we're using these up, you know, so they don't get expired or whatever. So I had this Walmart, Winco brand, Muir Glen Organic Fancy Schmancy brand. And it goes, don't worry, I'm gonna use an immersion blender at the end. Now salt and pepper and a little bit of sugar goes in here. Tell me that flipping a grilled cheese is not the most satisfying thing ever. Oh, in case you were wondering, the Mise nonstick is an excellent pan for grilled cheese making. Time to blend and blend and blend. Oops! Make sure you spray it on your counter. Like that. Remember earlier when I said that I don't like tomato soup? So let me grab a spoon. I am hungry. They say hunger is the best spice. We'll see if hunger is spicy enough. Look at that. Steam, oh my gosh. I'm gonna burn my taste buds off. It's pretty acidic, so I'm gonna add a little bit more sugar. I feel like it needs a crushed red pepper flake, like a kick. A half a teaspoon, it's a hefty pinch. And I do have some leftover Parmesan cheese from when I was making the grilled cheese sandwiches, so I'm gonna add that too. Give it some depth, I guess. It feels a little one note to me. Maybe I should have added like more garlic and more onions. I was really trying to follow the recipe. Okay, so I am changing it, okay, but I just want it to be something that I like, that I can be like, yes, I can serve this to my guests, and I feel confident about it. And I was not there before. Cream, does it need cream? Ugh. If you like tomato soup, give me a thumbs up. And if you hate tomato soup, tell me in the comments. All right, new tasting spoon. The crushed red pepper flakes hasn't had a chance to like really get in there yet. It's okay. If you're gonna eat tomato soup, I would say it's okay. Yeah, it does come together quickly. It's not that I hate it. It's just I'd rather eat a different soup. I don't know, is that weird? Anyway, let me dish this up and I will show it to you. I ate almost my whole bowl. I really, really love the crushed red pepper flake I added. That gave a really nice depth, I thought. My tongue's a little tingly and I enjoy that feeling. The grilled cheese is bomb. This is one of the most delicious grilled cheese. It's like cheesy garlic bread in a sandwich. It is good. And for someone who doesn't like tomato soup, for me to say it's not bad is high praise indeed. I would not recommend you make the tomato soup, but that's just my personal opinion on tomato soup as a general rule. But you do need to make a grilled cheese because it's good. It's good.
Likewise, I am not a tomato soup fan. This isn't bad though.
But is it good?
I would much rather have like soup toscana and potato soup. Like there's so many other soups out there. You don't need it. Like if you really like tomato soup, I would recommend to you. If you don't like it,
pass.
Pass. This is amazing. It is game changer. Did you like legitimately use garlic bread?
Oh, no, I used garlic.
Game changer.
I know, it's so good.
Don't do it any other way. It's so good.
Here are my recommended must makes out of this entire recipe list of Rachel's 30-minute meals. The Pasta with anchovies, must make. So, so good. The garlic Parmesan grilled cheese, absolutely do it. 10 out of 10. The mushroom pasta, if you leave out the mushrooms, it's a win. Wait. No, you leave out the nuts. If you leave out the nuts, it's a total win. Those were like, you have to go make this. And then the sandwich and the tomato soup, they were okay, but I wouldn't tell you to like run and go make it. Although Dave really liked the sandwich. So maybe if you're into the sandwich life, you could do that one as well. I thought the garlic shrimp was really delicious, but like Haley and Dave were kind of meh about it. That was kind of a hit and miss in my family. Anyway, of course, I will leave all of the recipes down below. Thank you to Rachel Ray. Most of these did come together in less than 30 minutes, except for that mushroom pasta. That took forever. Everything else was very, very quick. And if you want to check out any of Maisen's products, the chef knife, any of the pans, I do have that coupon code and link down below in the doobly-doo. First link if you want to pick something up for a little holiday gift for you or someone else or you or a family member or even for you. Happy cooking, and I'll see you next time.
Oh, Christmas tree, oh, Christmas tree.
Focus, focus, focus.
Oh, Christmas tree, oh, Christmas tree. Oh, Christmas tree, oh, Christmas tree. Oh, Christmas tree, oh, Christmas tree. Oh, Christmas tree, oh, Christmas tree.
I don't think anybody knows all the words.